is mine. Look at this. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, headed for Tampa. Hey, we are trucking along here on I-75, the way up to Tampa. And hardly any traffic, as you can see. Just the morning, normal stuff. I'm sure it'll get a little more exciting as we approach Tampa. It's a big city. I'm here waiting with my little beeper for my blood draw. It's the first thing this morning, so the waiting room. Got about 15 more minutes before I think this thing goes off. It's kind of cool though. It tells you on the screen, it'll tell you what room to go to. More in a bit. So I just got my blood work done. Here we are. And now I'm gonna get my car and go over to get my CAT scan. That's next on my paperwork. I'm here for the PET scan. Recommending I drink this whole bottle of water because you're supposed to be hydrated. So, doing good today. Yeah, so just got done with my CT or CAT scan. They got 2 CAT scan machines in there. It was not anything like I expected. I thought it was going to be a little more intense, especially with the dye and all that stuff. But it was not bad, even though he said, and I don't know if it was glucose based or let me get the door here. He said it was my tech, whose name is Jacob, really cool guy. Said it was iodine based, so I don't know. And he said the iodine would make me feel warm and all that. It just barely did, and I think it's from my keto diet. So crazy. Now I have my appointment with the nurse who's going to get the pictures, and we'll talk, right? But that's coming up in a little over an hour, so I got an hour to kill. And actually, I probably could eat something. But all I have are my lime drinks. I'm having a good day, guys, and that's important. Hope you are too. And I'll check back with you as soon as I have more news. So here I am at the, it's called Bank of America Pavilion, but we're still on campus here. Now I am ready for my nurse appointment. I hear she's going to get the pictures from my CAT scan. And I grabbed a Starbucks because they do have cafe in here. Take a look. So it's really nice. I mean, this is a nice place, and should be done with this in like an hour or so, and I'll have some news. All right, guys, back in the car. Just got done there at Moffitt with Nurse Alicia. And you know how I talk. We discussed quite a bit of stuff. The CAT scan, which is the most interesting part, showed a mass on or near my gallbladder, or infiltrating it, or whatever. Mass like 6 centimeters. And suspicious. They don't know, unless they do a biopsy of something. They want to do a liver biopsy, I know that. It's where they stick the needle down inside you. I hate needles. Today I had 2 needles. First one was for the blood test that I showed you. And The second one was for the IV for the contrast iodine that they put in when they were doing the CAT scan. For me, I didn't have any of the feelings that he said I was going to have during the CAT scan when they did the iodine. He said you'll feel a flushing, hot flash-like thing. I get around this truck, it's making a lot of noise because it has like 400 huge tires. Probably better than my tires. But, so anyway, there's that. She said also in the CAT scan it showed some little fragments, of something. I'm not sure what. Just like lesions. Something going on your omentum. That's the fat that covers your belly. So hopefully those are not anything. And then she said she wants to schedule me to come back here to do a colonoscopy, make sure this cancer or whatever these tumors are not coming from my colon. And then also, nothing showed up in the colon area. It's just, who knows? Could be a polyp or something down there. But also to do the ERCP, which is replacing that stent that they have in. She says that's got to be done. Like, nobody tells you this stuff, right? She said it has to be done every 6 weeks, just to let you know. Now the guy's passing me because I'm behind a really slow truck. Well, let's get around here. So yeah, that's what's going on. No flashes or little things showed up anywhere else in my body. Just those two kind of things concerning. There was a discussion, about gallbladder removal, and I said no, I'm really against that. But if it has to be done, because if it's full of cancer, of course, then they have to, it's not going to get better, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm on my diet, right? Who knows? Stuff happens. It's crazy on this thing. So, I'm sticking to it. I'm not even a month in, and my blood work, all the blood work, they look at my numbers and go, everything looks great. My white cell count was a little elevated, she said, which means something going on in my body that's fighting, right? And yeah, she said she said it could be the stent, but it could be something else. The stents don't last very long, so nobody tells you this. So they got to replace that thing, which means going down my throat again with all that machinery. I don't like that, but they knock you out for that. And I said, what about when they do the liver biopsy? She says, it's they put they numb you up in the area. I'm thinking, how can they numb you up in the area? Like maybe doing a root canal or something. So I don't know. And that's probably a needle that's like 7 feet long. I'm not sure. Need to get behind that guy right there. Draft him all the way down to Naples, but it looks like he's just going down to Sarasota. It's Sarasota on his truck. But I don't like being behind these. They should not allow trucks on the highway that carry sand or dirt or rocks. Should be, they should have like very, very high fees for these guys. Like maybe, I don't know. That way they'd either find another place to drive, or when they did bust your windshield out, they'd have the money to pay it because, they'd pay into this insurance thing. That's a completely different topic. But anyway, just left there. I did like a general text to everybody in my family, here's what they found. And then I jumped in the car and got on the highway here. And, going back down to Naples. I did find some food to eat. Had a few carbs in it. So I got to put that down. And that'll probably be like 4 carbs for today. It's the highest I've done in a while. But thinking, cutting some slack today because of all the news. And from then on, I got to be super strict. But from what she said, about my liver, might be fatty. This is on that initial scan that was before I started my diet. And there might be some lesions on there. All these things that I think this diet that I'm on, the therapeutic keto diet, really handles well. It really takes care of, it really helps regenerate. And then I'm thinking, if my gallbladder's so crapped up, that I'd be having, I'm not sure, I'm not a doctor, but I'd be having more problems with all this heavy fat that I'm ingesting. And I don't seem to be having any problems at all. She asked me, are you going to the bathroom normally, any constipation? I said, no, nothing like that, so everything's good there. Anyway, that's the prognosis, is that what you call it, so far. When I get home and decompress, we could talk about it a little more, maybe. Today, I know I'll have enough information in me to go for another few videos. Got me another great Starbucks there at the little Starbucks cafe that they have there. Very good coffee. These guys do better than the normal Starbucks. I don't know. Sometimes you go to a Starbucks and you get a nice Americano. I like the Americanos, right? And the coffee just tastes like crap. The two that I've gotten here, this one also tastes excellent. So I don't know. A lot plays in there. And I asked the nurse, speaking of a lot plays in there, I says, what would be like a good outcome on this thing, She said, well, we got to get rid of the cancer, and then the way we get rid of cancer is we remove it and then do the chemo to kill all the other little cells that we think are floating around. And I said, why don't we opt for chemo before surgery, So do the chemo, see if we can kill off this cancer thing, and then if week to week doesn't look so good, then we say, this isn't working. Let's try, removing what we can. I just don't want my gallbladder removed. She said, thousands of people live without their gallbladders, Dave. And I know my ex, my first, she had her gallbladder removed and she complains constantly. And I told that to the nurse, and she said that's not the situation normally people have a great life, and the liver takes over a lot of I said, yeah, remember my diet, lots of fat. She goes, doesn't matter, your liver will handle all that fat by itself. And the gallbladder is sort of like a backup anyway. If there's too much bile in the liver, it pumps it into the gallbladder. I'm learning stuff, and that's the way it is. So, all right, getting out of Tampa here. Thanks for watching thus far. I may have a little update when I arrive in Naples, see what happens. But for now, homeward bound.